So this is box 15, quite an unusual one here as well, which I quite like. And it opens out like this, which is a little bit different. And I think you could probably put some acetate behind the oval, well, elongated rectangle, whatever you want to call it, on here, and then pop all your goodies in there so that it's sealed. It's not complicated. You've just got to think about what goes where. So I'm going to do it a section at a time. So we're going to start with this bit first. Okay. So for this bit, this is your net. So this is what it's going to look like when you've glued everything together. And then you have these two pieces. And I'm going to do these pieces in two different ways so that you can see. So you've got your top, your inside, because what this is going to do is form a triangle like that on the inside of the box, because the angle of these needs that triangle shape. Okay, so you've got that bit, and then you've got two sides, and then you've got these two pieces here. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is try it this way. So I've got a side, and this is going to go underneath there, and then I've already glued one of these underneath the tab. So the tab from this has gone underneath the tab from the side. So if I show you what I mean by that, that tab there is going to go underneath the tab that's on the side. That's what I've done with this one. So I'm going to see if this works better, or whether it works better if I put it on at a different time. I know I'm using lots of words now, but it'll make sense when we start. So let's get rid of this, and let's glue this one that's got that triangle underneath it, underneath the top bit there, like that. And I'm going to make sure it's lined up centrally, like that. Okay. Now my thought is, because I've already got this stuck in, it might be easier to then just fold that down there. So we're going to find out whether it is or not right now. I'm going to take that off there, and I'm going to fold that in so that it glues onto the side there, like that. And then the other one, I'm going to take that tape off there. Oh my goodness. And I haven't even got that straight, so bear with while I peel this back. This is why you need to work out which angle it is easier for you to see at. That's better. And then this side is going to come and glue down here, like that. And then that is going to tuck into there, like that, to create your triangle. Or is it easier to... I've already stuck it now, so it's not going to be easier doing it that way. Is it easier to glue that into there, like that, and then stick the side in? Let me think about which way I'm going to do this. That's my side, that's there. I'm going to do it this way because I do think it's easier to do it that way, rather than sticking that in there first and then messing about getting that in. I'm going to do it this way. So that is going to go over there like that. That's going to stick inside there, and then those pieces can slot into that. Okay. So let's get that in there for a start, so we know that that's lined up straight, like that. Make sure that these are burnished down really well, so they don't want to bounce back on themselves all the time. We're going to take that tape off there. And you might look at me doing this and go, why is she doing it like that? And you might find an easier way for you to do it. And if that works in your head, that's absolutely fine. It's whatever makes sense to you, because everybody does things differently. And I've learnt that over the years with doing construction, and especially with written instructions, what makes sense in one person's head makes absolutely no sense in somebody else's. And as long as you're aware of that when we're designing things like this, it's, you know, it's not a, this is the way you have to do it. It's whatever you find easier. So I'm going to tuck that inside now. And that gives me my triangle. And then that is the inside of my box, or the sides of my box. It's this part here. We haven't got the base on yet, don't forget. That's going to then stabilise. That's that bit. Yeah? Okay. Right, so we've done that bit. So let's put the base onto here now, which is this piece. Let's glue that on so that we know where we're at. So let's take that bit and glue that onto there like that. Make sure it's straight though. That always helps. I'm going to move that over slightly because I've got a little bit too much overhang on one end and none on the other. Right, so that's going to glue in there. It's a strange looking thing, this, isn't it, when you lay it out? And then this one is going to glue in there like that. Okay, that's going to give that rigidity that it needs to hold it straight. So rather than just looking at it and trying it, let's just do it like that. It's going to fold over there and it's going to meet. This is the tricky bit. So I'm pushing it into my like that. There we go. Got you. Okay, so that gives us our centre of our box. All right, and that's all going to straighten up once we put the other pieces in. So that gives us that part. Now we need to create another one of these. Okay, and then what happens with this is that slots into there and that glues onto the bottom of the base, and then that allows your box to open up like that. So again, let's get rid of these bits that we don't need and let's bring this next piece in, because this is what's going to make the box. Now you just need to remember when you've made one that the other one is going to go the opposite way. So if you look at this, I've got one box that goes that way and one box that goes that way. So you just need to remember that that's what we're heading for. Right, so we've then got this piece here. So that's this bit. Then I've got the rectangle that goes behind it and the base that goes behind that. So let's stick this together. Let's glue these in place. Look at that. I can literally, look, just so sticky. So I'm going to pop that there, like that. Press that down. And then going to position this on here. Like that. And that gives me that piece there. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is put these corners in here. think that's going to be, oh actually I might do it this way. I might put that there. Yeah, that's going to be easier. We can do the little bits at the end. Let's get the main bits in first. So that's going to fold in like that, and do the opposite side. That's going to fold in like that. Then I'm going to put these bits in, I think. That makes sense now. So that's going to fold into there. And this bit is going to fold into there, like that. So you can see that's now starting to come together. And then that is all going to fold inside there. All right, so ignore this tab. This tab doesn't go in. This tab stays out of the way. And these 3 tabs get stuck inside here. So let's tackle this. So that's going to go inside there. I'm going to do this all in one go, I think. Right. So that side's going to go in there. Tuck that in there. I'm going to tuck this side in here, so pull that out and tuck that in. Make sure that that's going inside as well at the same time. And then I can push that into place like that. And then push that into place like that. There we go. And now we're all slotted in. Right, so what we then need is, let me just make sure that that's right. Yep, and then that tab goes underneath there. So that one tab that's remaining then goes over there like that. So I've now got my 2 boxes that are like that, and they're not going to sit like that, they're going to sit like that because that triangle that we've created goes in the middle of them. All right, so the next thing that we need to do is you create this, and it looks very strange to call this a hinge, but it absolutely is the hinge, because that is going to glue over there. And so we're going to put glue all over here, down there, and then that's going to sit under, that's going to stay open for now. This tab is actually going to stay open. So I'm going to pop a little bit more red liner tape. If I haven't run out. I used so much of this, it was ridiculous. It only seemed like a lot because I did them all at once, but it was a lot of tape. Right, so let's position this. On there, and basically what you're doing is lining up the aperture. And don't forget, all these boxes that we're making, this is just the basics of them. What you're going to do then is decorate them. So if you've got a bit of glue here and there, don't worry about it, because the decoration is going to cover that over, or at least distract from it. So I'm then going to take off, not the tab one, but the straight one that's on that this panel here. Right. If I was doing this and not videoing it, I would not be being as polite about that tape as I am. Then that is going to slot into there like that, and that tab is going to glue to the bottom of the box. But first of all, we're going to work out where we're going to put these 2 handles, and we're all right to do this bit now, and then we can come back and do that bit after. So let's glue this. Get this in place. So the easiest way to do this is to slot the box in and then line up this bit at the bottom and then fold that round. Okay, so the other side, take the tape off. Slot that in, lift it up and line it up to the bottom like that, so you've got it in the right place. Just wiggle that out a little bit. Get that one exactly where I need it, like that. And then fold that down and fold that over. And then your two boxes will pull out like that. Okay? So think about how you're doing it when you do it. Just do it a stage at a time, it's easier. Now there are some little holes in here, so you could poke a brad through if you wanted to, but I think they just actually, it works just doing it with glue. So this point here is where you're going to glue your handle, and it's going to come across. It has to, right, let me think about the easiest way to do this. So when we pull this out, it needs to go here, doesn't it? It's not on that angle. So pull the box out, the handle goes there, it wraps around and it joins on the other side. So when your box is out, your handle is coming out to the left. And then on this side, when you pull it out, your handle is coming out to the right. So if we can look at this from the front here, we've got this triangle, haven't we, that comes down like that. So your handle is going to stick along this top edge facing out like that. And then it's going to come round and it's going to go there. Okay, so open the box and then stick the handle in, and then that's going to close and the handle will be at the top. So I'm going to glue one of those down because I think it's important that you see that. It's one of those things where you have to think in shapes for this bit. I know you're thinking in shapes because you're building boxes, but you've got to think about where that comes. So we pull that out and we line the handle up to the top edge of that triangle like that. I'm just going to give that a minute to just grab. Okay, then we're going to curve the handle round and glue it on the straight of that. So I've turned the box round and we're just going to do exactly the same like that. So let's just do that. I'm just being a bit random with my glue, but you'll do it properly. And I would probably use tape, to be fair, because it's stronger. And you don't even need to really curve the card on this handle because it's not joined. It's an easier curve than the other bag that we did. Okay, and then you would do the same with the other one on this one. So you pull it out, so you've got a triangle, and you glue your handle in. And then when you fold it in, the handle comes to the top like that. Okay, so that's how you do that box. And then you decorate it all up. You've also got these lovely little pretty panels here that go around there to cover over any workings like that. And of course you've got all your decorative panels as well that go on there. But it's really different. I think it's really nice on a desk. That would be nice. So you could have, like, even if you kept all these open, elastic bands, paper clips, little bulldog clips, you know, things that you just need to go in. And if you want to put anything like sweets in it, then I would put acetate into behind this panel here and then pop your sweets in from there. But it's just a bit different. Quite nice, I think. Do you?